Welcome back to Fact Fusion Network, where we unravel the mysteries of the world around us. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating aspects of human biology, our senses. Have you ever wondered how we see the vibrant colors around us, hear the melodies in music, or savor the flavors in our favorite foods? In this video, we'll explore the 5 primary senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, and discover how they work together to shape our perception of the world. Let's get started. Sight. First up, let's talk about sight, arguably the most dominant of the human senses. Our eyes are complex organs that capture light and transform it into images our brain can understand. Here's how it works. Light enters the eye through the cornea, a clear, dome-shaped surface that covers the front of the eye. The cornea bends or refracts the light that passes through it. The light then passes through the pupil, the black circular opening in the center of the iris, the colored part of the eye. The size of the pupil changes depending on how much light is available, larger in dim light and smaller in bright light. Behind the pupil is the lens, which further focuses the light onto the retina, the light-sensitive layer of tissue at the back of the eye. The retina converts light into electrical signals through specialized cells called photoreceptors, which are of 2 types, rods and cones. Rods are responsible for vision in low light, while cones detect color. These signals are then sent to the brain via the optic nerve, where the brain interprets them as the images we see. Fascinating, isn't it? But this is just the beginning. Let's move on to our next sense. Sound. Now, let's tune into our sense of hearing. Sound waves are vibrations that travel through the air and enter our ears, where they're transformed into signals that our brain interprets as sounds. Here's how hearing works. Sound waves enter the ear through the outer ear, or the pinna, which funnels sound into the ear canal. The sound waves then hit the eardrum, a thin membrane that vibrates in response to the incoming sound waves. These vibrations are passed on to the 3 tiny bones in the middle ear, the malleus, incus, and stapes, often referred to as the hammer, anvil, and stirrup. These bones amplify the sound vibrations and send them to the inner ear. In the inner ear, the vibrations reach the cochlea, a spiral-shaped, fluid-filled structure lined with thousands of tiny hair cells. As the fluid inside the cochlea moves, it causes the hair cells to bend, creating electrical signals. These signals are then transmitted to the brain via the auditory nerve, where the brain processes them as the sounds we recognize, from a baby's laugh to our favorite song. The ability to hear connects us to the world in a profound way, but that's just one sense. Let's explore another. Smell. Next, we have the sense of smell, which is closely linked to our sense of taste. Smell begins with tiny molecules released by substances around us, like the aroma of freshly baked bread or the scent of a blooming flower. Here's how it works. When we inhale, these molecules enter our nose and travel to the olfactory epithelium, a small patch of tissue located high inside the nasal cavity. The olfactory epithelium contains millions of olfactory receptors, specialized neurons that detect different types of molecules. Each receptor is tuned to a specific range of molecules. When molecules bind to these receptors, they send electrical signals to the olfactory bulb, a structure located at the base of the brain. The olfactory bulb then processes these signals and sends them to other parts of the brain, including the limbic system, which is associated with emotions and memories. This is why smells can evoke strong memories and feelings. The scent of your grandmother's cookies, for instance, might instantly bring back childhood memories. Our sense of smell not only enhances our experience of food and the environment but also plays a critical role in safety, alerting us to dangers like smoke or spoiled food. Taste. Now, let's dive into taste, a sense that adds flavor to our lives, literally. Taste, or gustation, occurs when we eat or drink, allowing us to perceive 5 basic flavors: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Here's how taste works. When food or drink enters the mouth, it interacts with saliva, which breaks down the substances into molecules that can be detected by taste buds. Taste buds are located on the tongue and other parts of the mouth, such as the roof of the mouth and the throat. Each taste bud contains 50 to 100 taste receptor cells that respond to different types of molecules. These taste receptor cells send signals to the brain via the gustatory nerve, where the brain interprets the signals as the flavors we experience. Interestingly, our sense of taste is closely linked to our sense of smell, which is why food can taste bland when you have a cold. The combination of smell and taste creates the rich and varied flavors we enjoy. Understanding taste helps us appreciate the complexities of flavor and the role it plays in our enjoyment of food. Touch. Finally, let's explore the sense of touch, which connects us to the physical world in a very direct way. Touch, or the tactile sense, is all about the skin, the body's largest organ. Here's how touch works. Our skin is covered in millions of sensory receptors that detect pressure, temperature, and pain. These receptors are specialized. For example, some detect light touch, while others detect deep pressure or temperature changes. When these receptors are stimulated, they send signals through the nervous system to the brain. The brain processes these signals in the somatosensory cortex, a specific area that interprets the type, intensity, and location of the sensation. This sense is essential for daily activities, from feeling the softness of a fabric to sensing when something is too hot or cold. Touch also plays a key role in emotional and social connections, like a comforting hug or a reassuring pat on the back. And there you have it, a deep dive into the incredible world of human senses. Sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch work together to create our perception of the world, allowing us to interact with and interpret our surroundings in ways we often take for granted. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Fact Fusion Network for more insightful content, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Leave a comment below and let us know which sense you're most curious about, and if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos.